There is only one thing truly important to the 2024 NFL season, and it is this: a simple 2005 Minnesota U.S. quarter. This quarter will predict every single game of the 2024 NFL season and eventually crown a Super Bowl champion. Who will win it all? Who's going to fall off? Well, let's see what this week has in store for us as we dive into yet another episode of Flip of Fate. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of Jason Drum here, and today I'm here bringing you guys Flip of Fate for week number 3 of the regular season. We have had a lot of craziness already in these first 2 weeks. Who will come out on top in week 3? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Alright, so for those of you who might have missed it in part 2, I did have to change quarters to a 2023 Eleanor Roosevelt quarter. I could not find the Minnesota quarter I had been using for the start of the series, so I figured, only week 2 in, it's a fair swap to be able to make this change. But let's go ahead and dive on into week 3's action, leading off with the New England Patriots going to the New York City to take on the Jets. I don't know why I said the New York City, but it is New York City. The Jets are home, so they will be heads for the flip. And it is spinning, it's a lot of suspense. What's it gonna do? It comes up heads for the Jets. Alright, up next we have the other New York team, the New York Giants, going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Starting off on heads as always, the Browns are the home team, so they are going to be heads. And we got ourselves a foul as it shot off the desk. So let's go ahead and give that a reflip. Starting off on heads, here it goes. And we got ourselves tails for the Giants, both New York teams winning this week. Up next, we have the Chicago Bears going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Can the Colts get a victory here? Well, they are currently 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, and they have the heads advantage here, so let's go ahead and flip it. And it looks like the Colts will get a victory. Let me go ahead and fact check myself right now. They are 2-0, so make that 3-0 now as they get a win over the Bears. Up next, we got the Houston Texans going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Vikings are home, so they will be heads. And let's go H-Town picking up the tails for the win. Up next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. The Saints are home, so they will be heads. That one definitely flipped, and it came up heads for the Saints. Alright, now we're going to go into Pittsburgh where the Chargers are coming to town. The Chargers are away, so their tails. Steelers are heads, so they are, because they are home. And the Steelers pick up yet another win on the season. Alright, now we go to the next game where we have the Denver Broncos going to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Who will get this win? Well, Tampa Bay is home, so they are going to be heads, giving it a flip. Ooh, it shot over here, but it came up tails for the Broncos, who are on a tear recently. Alright, up next we have the Green Bay Packers going to Tennessee to take on the Titans, who will be heads as they are home. Giving them a flip, and the Titans get a victory here. Alright, now we have the Carolina Panthers going to Vegas to take on the Raiders, who will be heads as they are home. Flipping it off the middle finger, it comes up tails for the Panthers. Alright, up next we have the Miami Dolphins going to the Pacific Northwest to take on the Seahawks, who will be heads as they are home team for this game, and it's gonna come up heads for the Seahawks. Alright, for our next game, we have the Detroit Lions going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Lions are 2-0 in the season, but the Cardinals are heads. Let's go ahead and give it the flip. And the coin has the Lions losing to Arizona. For the record, Arizona was also 2-0 entering this one, so we do have a 3-0 Cardinals team. But now we have the Baltimore Ravens going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys, who will be heads as they are home. And the Baltimore Ravens get the win. Alright, up next we have the 2 presumed heavyweights of the NFC West heading into the season, if you can call one of these 2 teams heavyweights. The San Francisco 49ers going to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. In real life, we know the Niners will win this because the Niners own the Rams in the regular season, but the Rams are home, so they will be heads, giving it the flip. And what could I have expected? The coin gave the win to the Niners, because of... Alright, up next we have the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. The Falcons will be heads, so let's go ahead and give this a flip. And that one kind of rolled all around, but Atlanta will get the win at home as it comes up heads. Alright, up next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. This game is going to be big for Buffalo here, and they are the home team, so they'll be heads, giving it the flip. And Jacksonville gets the win here in Buffalo. Alright, and last but not least for this video, we have the Washington Commanders going to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. But make sure you stick around after this flip, as we will be looking through the entire standings of the league division by division, who's atop each division and what their records are. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and give this a flip. Cincinnati is the home team, so they are heads. And they will get the win over the Commanders at home. Alright, so going through our division leaders after week 3, on the AFC East, we have the New York Jets alone atop the division at 2-1. The AFC North, we have the Ravens alone atop at 3-0, one of only a few perfect teams remaining, by the way. Speaking of perfect teams remaining, the Indianapolis Colts are 3-0 atop the AFC South. The Broncos are atop the AFC West alone at 2-1. We have a tie, though, in the NFC at 2-1 for the NFC East between the Commanders and Giants. The Detroit Lions are atop the NFC North at 2-1 alone. The New Orleans Saints and Carolina Panthers are tied atop the NFC South at 2-1. And we still have the Seattle Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals tied for the NFC West division lead at a whopping 3-0. Through 3 weeks, let's go ahead and take a look. We have 4 perfect teams remaining, and we have 1, we have 2, we got 3, and we got 4 teams without a win. Those 4 teams without a win being the Rams, Buccaneers, the Chargers, and the Bills. None of those teams I would expect to be winless through 3 weeks this season. Alright, well that's about going to do it for me today. If you guys did like, don't forget to smash like and subscribe, and check out the playlist down here. It's going to be popping up if it hasn't already. It will take you to the entire playlist for Flip of Fate of 2024. If you guys did like, smash like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And I guess with that, I would love to see if we could reach 500 subs by the new year. That would be like really cool. That would be a really cool gift for the playoffs. But anyway, let's go ahead and end the video out here, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.